What's going on? What's going on? We are back for week two. I do a preview of week three and a recap of week two. All the NFL action, all the big news that came out this week. So, as we did last week, we're going to change up a little bit. This week, we're going to preview week three, and we're going to preview the Thursday night game between the Dolphins and the Bills. And also, we'll spend a little time recapping everything that went happen in week two, starting with the Commanders and uh, the Green Bay Packers game last Thursday night on Amazon Prime. Now, me, I picked the Commanders to win because everybody. I like to be different. I picked the Commanders to win because everybody was on the Packers. So I actually did think that the Commanders were going to win that game. Debo Samuel also cost me a lot of money on prize picks too. Oh my god, I was so mad. But I picked the Commanders to win that game. I thought short week. I didn't think Green Bay would be able to come out like they did against Detroit in the previous week in week one and have that same sort of dominant, that same sort of energy. But boy, was I wrong. They came out. Michael Parsons looked good in Green Bay, opposite Rashawn Gary. The defense flying around. Jordan Love throwing to all those receivers. Got Jaden Reed got hurt. He got a collarbone injury, but he said he'd be all right. He'd be back probably later on in the year, midway the season. But man, oh man, Matt LaFleur, them guys, they can call that offense there in Green Bay, and Jordan Love looks good. One thing I know about Green Bay, they are very aggressive. They're aggressive. Man, Jordan Love threw deep, had a bunch of deep balls in that game. Just throwing it, just chucking it, whether it's a penalty or not. He's just chucking the ball deep. Didn't turn the ball over. So Jordan Love looked real good. They got their running game going a little bit. On the defense, it's just fast, and they are fast flowing. They get to that football, and they was all over Jaden Daniels. I think Daniels might even be out this week. Probably not gonna play this week. He got banged up against the Green Bay Packers last Thursday night. So I like what I've seen so far from the Green Bay Packers. Bringing in Michael Parsons has really given that team a lot of energy. Guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you like up the stream. Hit that like button. It's right. Don't take but a second. Hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the Ken's Pat Talk Patriots podcast. I'm not only a Patriots channel or a Patriots podcast. I also talk about all the news that's going on in the NFL. So I'm trying to get away from just talking about Patriots. I'm starting breaking down film a little more, breaking down some more of these games and get into some more access of the NFL, not just Patriots. But make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you are sharing the content, man. I appreciate it. So when this video drop, make sure you hit that like button. Please like it up, knock out that like button, man. Hit that thumbs up. I want to see a bunch of likes, man. I really appreciate it. But Green Bay booed on the 2-0. They got who does Green Bay play this week? Let me see. Who does the Packers play this week? I know they got the Cowboys next week, but I gotta see who Green Bay plays. I'll get back to y'all on that. But Green Bay, they look real good. They're probably one of the best teams in the league. Besides Buffalo, we talk about that game here at the end of the stream. At the end of the stream, Buffalo on playing Miami. On some more standout performance from week two. What about my Patriots? Yes, sir. My Patriots look real good. Had a good game. Came into Miami. Tua was 7-0 against the Patriots. The Patriots hadn't won in Miami since 2019, the final year of Tom Brady. They looked real good. Came out, man. What a crazy game for the special teams. Andrew Borregales missed a couple extra points. They could have put the Patriots up 14 points, but he misses them. And then he kicks the ball out of bounds. But then he makes the field goal to kind of put the game away at the end of the daggone game. Tua kind of got hot later on that first quarter and into the second quarter, but he kind of cooled off midway through. He was kind of hot and cold. Drake May, best game as a Patriot. I think that was Drake May's best game as a Patriot last Sunday. It was his best game by far. It wasn't even close. That was Drake May's best game, man. 2 touchdowns. Could have had a third touchdown if it wasn't a flat line of scrimmage. Getting the ball out on time, running, getting out of harm's way from sacks. Man, Drake May look good. Just spreading the ball around. I like what I've seen from my Patriots, man. I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on that. Cause if you want to spend a lot of time, go to make sure you're subscribed and go check out my latest video because that I just dropped. And I talked a lot about Drake May's performance. So make sure you go check that out there. But yeah, Patriots won that game 33-27. Detroit and Chicago, man. Ben Johnson. No, just talk about the Giants and the Cowboys. Whew. Giants had the Cowboys on the ropes for a little bit. They had them guys on the ropes for a little bit. Cowboys could have been 0-2 if it weren't for the kicker, for the Cowboys kicker in Aubrey. Like that guy can kick. He got a foot on him, man. The Cowboys are so confident in him making kicks. I think the yard line where he has to get to is before you even get to the middle of the field. Now that might change if you're outside, but if you're like in a dome or whatnot, he probably can kick on the opposite side of the logo. The guy has a leg. He's making it like it's nothing. So that game goes into overtime. I knew once that game went to overtime, I said Cowboys got him. Giants had that chance to put him away. Couple missed opportunities by Russell Wilson in the offense. Then Russell Wilson kind of fills it by throwing the bad interception to Donovan Wilson, I believe. That was basically like a punt. Threw basically a punt. And Malik Neighbors was cooking digs that game. Malik Neighbors had a great game. Wanda Robinson had a good game. Russell Wilson put up 400 yards. I think it was a career high for him. He lit up that Cowboys defense. Dak Prescott looked pretty good. CD Lamb had a bounce back week coming from the Eagles game. George Pickens had a touchdown, had a solid game. They got their running game going. The Cowboys still they need some help on that D line. They just signed Jadeveon Clowney, so hopefully he helps them out with that pass rush. But man, what a finish in that game. When it went overtime, I kind of figured the Cowboys gonna win. Cowboys won that one at home. I kind of figured it. But if you're a Cowboy fan, you can't be too excited about that performance. Barely escaping over the Giants, can't be too excited about that. Cowboys got the Bears this coming week, and the Giants are playing the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. So that should be interesting. Both teams are 0-2. Kind of got to think the Chiefs going. Let's go ahead and talk about the Chiefs. Chiefs probably going to bounce back this week. This will be their get right week against the Giants. You got to beat the Giants, right? I mean, if you can't beat the Giants, what are we really doing? You really got some issues if you can't see Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. They lost to the Eagles. Eagles went into Kansas City. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles have beaten the Chiefs, 3 straight times? The Super Bowl rematch from a couple years ago in Kansas City, and the Super Bowl, this past Super Bowl, and then this year in week 2. So Jalen Hurts and the Chiefs, they really had Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. They've got Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs number. 3 straight wins by the Eagles over the Chiefs. 3 straight. So, and Jalen Hurts, it ain't like Jalen Hurts putting up crazy numbers. Has he even thrown a touchdown this year? I know he's ran for a couple. Because I'm gonna see. I gotta check my stat. I don't think he's thrown a touchdown yet. I know he's ran for a couple. And Saquon Barkley had a solid game the other day. Patrick Mahomes threw an interception. I thought he was okay in the game. He's been okay this year. They gotta get their receivers back. Rice is out. I think Worthy's coming back, but the Chiefs just don't look the same. I just don't think you can just put Worthy back in offense and everything is just back. No. Because Worthy ain't like Worthy was doing anything too special last year. I don't think Worthy was the reason they were winning games last year. I think it was more Patrick Mahomes. But I think they get Worthy back this week from the shoulder injury. Keep an eye on that because he's a small guy. He probably get hurt a lot. And the fact that he got hurt week 1 when Travis Kelce basically ran into his shoulder, just shoulder contact, and that was enough to knock him out. That's telling right there. He got to build some more muscle. He got to get a little bigger. He can be able to take a lot of hits in the NFL, man. But it looked real bad. The only thing he could hold his shoulder up when they was in Brazil a couple of weeks. But he's back this week against the Giants. But a lot of stuff is going on with the Eagles, with the touch push and stuff. And this year might be the last year of the touch push because it looks like it's too easy, man. That touch push is too easy. Like, I'm seeing video net clips now on Twitter where it's looking like the guard or the tackle, they're kind of getting a beat on there. Like they're all size. You can tell they're all size. And, the NFL going to try to find a way to make the game more interesting. I think they're going to end up taking that touch push away. They're going to take it away. I think this might be the final year of the touch push. They voted this past season. Jason Kelce went there. He was on the board meeting with the owners and stuff. They kept it going. But I think this is the last year of the touch push. They want to make it more competitive again. They're not going to keep because it's automatic for the Eagles. And teams can't stop it. Chiefs are getting mad. Chris Jones and Jalen Hurts exchanged some words. So I'm like, but the Chiefs are getting what had they been the past couple of years. They're getting it all back to them. I'm not going to say the dynasty's over. Well, I think the dynasty days are over. I'll be on record to say that. I think they'll still be good, but I don't think them becoming this next Patriots dynasty. I think that's off the table, man. And as I always say, teams figure out, teams change, teams get better, and you don't get those same lucky bounces and the same calls and everything that was going your way during the little run that you had. You don't get that. It changes, man. Your time runs out. And Patrick Mahomes just turned 30 years old today. They're not old. I mean, Kelce, they got Chris Jones getting up there. Andy Reid, is he going to come back another year? And how many more years is he going to be coaching the Chiefs? But I want to see how the Chiefs come out against the Giants this week. I want to see how they come out. Now, they should beat the Giants, but don't sleep on the Giants. Because I thought the Giants kind of gave Washington, they gave them on the scoreboard, Washington won, but I thought Washington offense, Jay, then they kind of struggled. They kind of get going week one. And then they took the Cowboys to overtime. And the Giants got talent, especially on that defense. So I want to see how they how the Giants their first home game. I want to see how they come out this week. Because everybody's gonna pick the Chiefs. I haven't seen the line yet. I'm sure Chiefs probably favor at least by a touchdown. But this week, that Sunday night game is gonna be pretty interesting. Should be pretty interesting. What else happened this week? Steelers losing to the Seahawks. I think that was a little bit of a. I could see the Seahawks winning, but I had to put money out to put money on the Steelers. I'd be a bet man. I go to Steelers. Um, Kickoff blunders by the young rookie running back. He was on kick return and he touched the ball, didn't go back and get it. I guess he forgot the rule. See how he gets a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers throws a couple interceptions. It's gonna be interesting to see how the Steelers bounce back this week against the Patriots. My Patriots. I'll give you my prediction on my show tomorrow night to give y'all something to check into. But Seahawks winning the Pittsburgh. Jack Smith and Jigba went off, had a pretty good game. Sam Darnold had a couple interceptions, but he finished up strong. So they beat the Steelers 31-17. Panthers are 0-2. They struggle with the Cardinals. The Colts look real good. Nobody's talking about the Indianapolis Colts. And I told people when they got Daniel Jones, I said that's a good move. I said he's gonna beat Anthony Richards out, and Richardson got hurt. Other than that, I thought Richardson probably been the quarterback. But Richardson got hurt, and they went with Daniel Jones for the rest of the preseason, and now he got them in the regular season 2-0. And Jonathan Taylor's been running the rock good. They beat the Broncos, and the Broncos beat the Titans, but they didn't look good week one, and that was a shocker. And now they lost to the Colts on the road. I like what I seen from the Colts, man. I think the Colts are doing something nice. Don't sleep on the Colts. They got who they got this week. I believe it's the Titans they got this week. I'm not for sure. But the Colts are playing some good ball right now. I'm liking what I see from the Colts. 2-0. Beat the struggling Dolphins at home, and then they beat the Broncos. So Colts are playing real good. And you win the home game, which you should be doing. Let me see. Titans lost to the Rams. Cam Ward and Titans are 0-2. Browns are 2-0. I'll get to that Rams the Eagles game. They got a big game this week. Battle of the undefeateds. When I do my preview for week 3. The Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Jim McCarthy struggled that game. Couple interceptions, turned the ball over, couple fumbles. Falcons went into Minnesota and won that game. That's another game I should have put some money on, my boy. But Falcons went in there and won that one. I like what the Falcons looked good the first 2 weeks. They lost on the final play to Tampa, and then they went into Minnesota and won that game. So I like what I'm saying from Atlanta. Keep an eye on the Falcons, man. They got those young pass rushers and James Pierce and Jalen Walker. They got Leonard Floyd. They got a talented offense, and they play in the dome. Keep an eye on the Falcons. And Michael Penix throws a pretty ball, man. So keep an eye. They can stay healthy. The Falcons will make a playoff run. That was Sunday. Judge McCarthy got hurt. He's gonna be out a couple weeks. Carson Wentz starting for the Minnesota Vikings this week against the Bengals. Joe Burrow got hurt. Yeah, Joe Burrow's hurt. He's out for the year probably. They said 3 months with turf toe. He has to have surgery. So Joe Burrow's going to be out for a little bit. Joe Burrow's going to be out. They got Jake Browning. He played solid last year in relief duty and when Burrow was out. But he's no Joe Burrow. So it's been the battle of the backups this week. Vikings versus Bengals. Carson Wentz going up against Jake Browning. That's going to be an interesting game. And Burrow, like I said, I think Burrow's probably going to be out for the year. If they're not in playoff contention later this year, there will be no point of Joe Burrow getting back out there. As brittle and as injury prone as he is, be no point. Trying to think what else happened. Patriots, Dolphins, Cowboys game. I feel like I'm forgetting the game. Justin Fields got hurt. Bills went in there. We'll get to the Bills here shortly as we kick off Thursday night football. But the Bills demolished the Jets. Cardinals are 2-0. Surprisingly, they just beat the Panthers. Monday night game was 2 good Monday night games. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers went into Houston and won that game. Baker Mayfield shaking bait. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers look real good. Texans are 0-2, but I think they defense giving up that final drive to Baker and them. Oh man, I didn't think the Texans offense was that bad. They were moving the ball. Stroud got sacked a couple of times, but you gotta see what's going on with the Texans, man. They're struggling. 0-2. Tampa's 2-0. Still got a few undefeated teams. And then the late night game, Geno Smith turned back into Geno Smith, the journeyman he's been. He looked good against the Patriots, but then get the Chargers, 3 interceptions. You got picked off on your first pass. It was a mess. Chargers are 2-0. Justin Herbert and the Chargers look real good. Keep an eye on the Chargers, man. They look, I love, man. Talk about somebody got a pretty ball they throw. Justin Herbert throws a pretty ball. So Justin Herbert and the Chargers are 2-0. Moving on to week 3. Some big matchups and go over them pretty quickly. Tomorrow night, you got the Bills hosting the Miami Dolphins. Could be Mike McDaniel's first final game. If the Dolphins, I think the line right now is 11.5. If the Dolphins get embarrassed and the Bills beat them by a good margin, I think Mike McDaniel will be fired Friday night. I mean, Friday morning. He'd be gone. You just lost to a Patriots team that hadn't scored 30 points in a couple of years with a second-year quarterback, new head coach, new pieces, going to Miami, a place that hadn't won in a while, and a place your quarterback and a team your quarterback is eventually undefeated, unstoppable against, and you lost there. Now you got to go on a short week to Buffalo. Now, I think you can lose this game, but if you lose this game and you get embarrassed on prime time, I think Mike McDaniel will be done as the Miami Dolphins head coach, and they probably move on to Anthony Weaver. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Tyreek Hill. Do they keep him? What they do with him? And I think they're going to go on a fire sale, get rid of a lot of people. Hill, baby Waddle, Chubb, Phillips, anybody can get something for. So that game's gonna be interesting tomorrow night on Amazon Prime. You got Rams Eagles this week. That's gonna be an interesting game. Eagles they've beaten the Rams the past couple of times, so Rams might got some revenge on that game. You remember the playoff game last year? Rams went into Lincoln Field, went to the Eagles and they lost that game. Rams actually could have won that game though. That final drive what it came down to, but they came up short. So I want to see that game. I want to see if the Eagles can get AJ Brown and Devontae Smith involved because they really haven't gotten them involved the first couple of weeks. Now they really hadn't needed to because the run game and Jalen Hurts being so good, run the ball and they've been protecting him. He just been escaping the pocket and scoring and doing his own thing. But I want to see because after a while, the receivers now they can be divas and they might get to talking. They might putting out cryptic tweets and hey, you ain't using me and this and that. So it'll be interesting to see with the Eagles. Patriots Steelers, another good game. You gotta come over to the Kansas Pat's Talk channel. You gotta come to my live stream. I just did one midweek motion with my guy Pat's Planet. We previewed it. I ain't gonna give y'all I can't give you the sauce on that one. And y'all come over to tomorrow night, do another breakdown of the Steelers game, my boy DJ. So y'all come check that show out tomorrow. But that's a kind of big game. Once how the Patriots come out, can they come out? Are they full and satisfied from the win from last week, or they gonna come out flat, or have they moved on and they want to build on it and start winning games at home? That's what the Patriots got to do. So y'all come check out the stream tomorrow night. We'll talk more about that. Sunday night football. No, Cowboys got the Bears. That's a 1 o'clock game, I think. No, 4 o'clock game on Fox. Cowboys got the Bears. It's gonna be an interesting game. Bears 0-2. Not a nice start for the Ben Johnson era. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys coming off a big win against the Giants overtime. Can they build on that? That's gonna be interesting. I actually gonna say I think the Bears gonna win. They get their first game Sunday. Get their first win. I got a feeling Bears beat Cowboys. Sunday night football, Giants, Chiefs. This will be an interesting one. Which team will win? Somebody's getting their first win. I hope the Giants win, but I think this is a get right game for the Giants. For the Chiefs, and I think they'll win. Another big matchup. Monday night, the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. That one's going to be interesting. Detroit at Baltimore. Keep in mind, Detroit went into Baltimore a couple years ago and got embarrassed. They were embarrassed. So I'm sure they're going to have that on their mind and they're going to want to come in and get out to a better start. But, that's going to be interesting one there. A good Monday night, real good Monday night game. Detroit and Baltimore, man. How they come into Baltimore this week. This year, because it wasn't good I think it was last year or year before last. They got blew out of there. That was bad. So let's see how they do tomorrow, Monday night. But that's it for a preview of week 3, man. And then a little recap of week 2. Hope my Patriots get this win against the Steelers. We need it, man. We need a home win. Coming out in the red unis, you got to get a win. You got to get a win. So that's gonna be interesting, man. If you watch this straight to the end, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you are sharing. Make sure you share it. Hit the like button. Make sure you share it. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe to the Ken's Pat Talk Patriots podcast. I will be back here with a recap of week 3 and a preview of week 4 next week. Appreciate you guys. If you watch to the end, man, appreciate you. If not, hey, come back and check me out next week, man. Really appreciate it. We doing these every week. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Go Pats.